Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are going to be doing a video I haven't done in a few months I think, and it is going to be a BOXYCHARM like try on, well not really an unboxing because I've already opened it so I know what's in it, but I'm gonna test out the products in here. I have obviously not used any of them yet. This is kind of like my first impression of the stuff in here. I just got this yesterday. This is obviously for May. So I'm going to try out all this stuff in this box. We're going to see how it works. I've said in my other videos, I'll say it again, I love BOXYCHARM. I have tried all the other subscriptions, well not all of the other subscription services, but I've tried Birchbox and Ipsy and like those kind of ones. And yes, this is like double the price of those, but this is by far a way better bang for your buck. So much better products, so much more useful products, and I love everything. Like every time, there's almost nothing that I'm ever like disappointed with in these. So I love BOXYCHARM. I look so forward to it every single month. It's like my little gift to myself from myself, and I just love it. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we'll get started trying some of this stuff on. So this month's theme is Boxy Bash, which their themes never really mean anything, like doesn't change anything about what's in the box. But so this is the contents of everything that is in the box. There's actually fail, but there's actually a ton of products in there this month. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're packaged like in, well some of them like the brushes are packaged together, but there's technically 8 products in here, which is a ton for, you pay $21 for this and it's 8 products in here. I'll actually give you a spoiler, I already added it all up and it's like over $170 of products in here, which is crazy because it's $21. But there's a lot of stuff in here, as you can see, so we are going to dive in and put this on my face. First things first, of course, we have this Cover FX blurring primer. You guys know I'm not like crazy about primers, like I don't use them super consistently and I just haven't ever really seen them to make much of a difference, but I'm always open to trying them. Like I said, this is from Cover FX and this retails for $38. Like this is a $40 bottle of primer, which is crazy. Like I said, this is already double the price of the box and there's still 7 other things in there, which is just so crazy. So let's apply this and see what it's like. It just says that it's a blurring primer that instantly minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines to create a super smooth, flawless airbrush look. I feel like that's pretty much like the most generic description of a primer that you could possibly do. Pretty sure every primer says that, so I'm not sure what to expect of this. I do kind of hope, it doesn't say, but I kind of hope that it's like a little bit moisturizing. My skin is so dry right now, especially my forehead. My forehead's actually peeling. I've just gotten a lot of sun lately, so my forehead is like all kind of discolored. I don't know if you can tell, and the sun just inevitably dries out your skin a little bit, so it's pretty dry. I did put on some moisturizer, but I'm hoping that this will help a little bit. So it comes like sealed, so that's nice. Ooh. It's really thick, like I'm having to like squeeze really hard to get it out. And it's also like, what? It's like a, can you tell? It's like a skin tone color, which I was not expecting. I'm gonna put it mostly, since it's supposed to be, you know, blurring like for pores and stuff, I'm gonna mostly put it around my pores and then, oh yeah, so this is definitely like silicone-y, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I love silicone primers because I just feel like they are so smoothing. They just make your face feel so soft and smooth. And even though it did have like a skin tone color, it definitely went away as soon as I rubbed it in because I can't see it on my skin whatsoever. But it does look like it just kind of smoothed over like my pore area, which my pores are really pretty pronounced. So anything I can use to minimize them, I always try to use. My skin is also just, as you can tell, pretty tan and I have a lot of freckles, so there's a lot going on in my skin right now, but it looks and feels, oh, so smooth. So this might have potential. So I am just going to go put on my foundation and basically do like the rest of the steps in my face that wouldn't be like relevant with the stuff that's in the box, just so we can focus on the box items. So I'm going to go do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. I just put on my foundation, powdered my face, set my under eyes concealer, and blush, since none of those things are in the box. My skin, I mean, I told you it was dry, but I don't even know if you can tell, but under my eyes and my forehead are just looking so dry and gross. So if you notice that, just ignore it. So I think the next thing that I want to do is my brows, and the box came with this set of 3 brushes. This is from Aesthetica. This is the 3-piece eye trio by Aesthetica, and this retails for $45 for these 3 brushes, which is kind of bananas. So the 3 brushes in this set is a spoolie, one of these really thin eyeliner brushes, and then an angled brush. So I was thinking I could use the angled brush for my brows, since I usually use a pomade anyway, and then I will brush them through with the spoolie, of course. These better be some nice brushes for $45, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to just brush my brows through. This is actually really soft feeling. But like, how nice can a spoolie be? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just gonna be using my e.l.f. Yeah, Lock On Liner and Brow Cream. I use this in a few different shades, just kind of depending what mood I'm in, but I always use that pretty much 100% of the time that I do my brows. This is like super soft, this angled brush. I've been using like the same angled brush for my brows for like literally ever, so but I'm excited to try a different one. That actually looks pretty good. I like how soft it is. Like, you can feel in your brow how soft it is, and it's like not super stiff, but it's not super like flimsy either. It's honestly kind of like right in the middle. Yeah, it did such a good job. Like, I still feel like I had control, but I also feel like this did like a lot of the work for me. Like, I feel like just because it's so like smooth, it kind of just distributes the product for you, and is so easy to use. I don't know if I've ever been like impressed with a like angled brush before, because they're not that exciting. They just get your brow products on, you know, like there's nothing to get that excited about, but I'm actually really into this. And like I said, I've been using the same one for forever, so I haven't really dabbled, but I think I'm liking this one better than the one I normally use, which is crazy. So I'm gonna go do this other brow really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so both my brows are done, and a verdict on these brushes is I actually really like this angled brush a lot. I think as I was doing my other brow, I noticed what I like the most about it is, especially since it's brand new, like obviously the bristles are just like very well formed, like they have their shape, and this angle comes to a really nice point where it's just like very precise, so you can keep like a really sharp line underneath, you can kind of feather it up, and when you're doing like the top line, like everything is just smooth and just really crisp. And I think that's partially because it's just brand new, but I also think it's just a really nice brush. So I really love this one. This one I kind of feel you could like take or leave it. Like, spoolies are just nothing for me to get excited about. So, but overall, loving this one a lot. So next, I'm so excited to try out this Pure Sculptor palette. This is what it looks like, and this is $30. This is basically, as you saw, just like a contour palette. So you have 2 bronzer shades and then 2 highlighters. These bronzers, as you can tell, are like incredibly dark. Like, this is like dark. This is obviously a little bit lighter. These highlight shades look like they're gonna be perfect, but these are just really dark. I don't know if they sent out like multiple different shades, because if they send this to everybody, I know these are going to be too dark for a lot of people, including myself. I'm probably just going to use the lighter one and try to use a light hand. For darker skin people though, obviously this would be awesome. This is just not universal, but it doesn't say like light or medium, or like I don't know if they have other shades. So if this is the only one that they made and the only one they distributed, I feel like that's just going to be disappointing for a lot of people, but at least I have a good amount of color right now, so I can definitely like get away with a little bit of a darker bronzer. But if I was my normal skin tone, like this would not work. This is what I've been using as like my mirror this whole time that I've been using the other products, and I've just been like catching whiffs of this literally every time I look at myself in this mirror, and it smells like, I think it's chocolate. It kind of smells like the Too Faced like chocolate stuff, but even stronger and even more chocolatey. It smells incredible. And then we're also going to use, which came in the box as well, another Aesthetica brush. This is their P12 face brush, which retails for $27. So this is like an almost $30 brush. It's got a really nice, actually like very long handle. And then it's just a big, not really tapered, but kind of like a fluffy like kind of like a contoured type brush. So I figure we can use this for the bronzer products, and then I will use the highlighter in here as well. So like I said, I'm just gonna use the lighter bronzer and just kind of, you know, bronze slash contour all at once. I just usually don't like something quite this fluffy for my blush and bronzer, just because it's not like controlled and concentrated enough, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway. There is a ton of kick up when you put your brush into the bronzer. It just like kind of went everywhere. The shade of this bronzer is called Inventor. Look at all the kick up in here. I'm not sure if you can tell super well, but like the powder is kind of going everywhere. So I think I have kind of confused thoughts, but I think I like this shade. I think that with like a light hand it works, but I think if I was any lighter I wouldn't even be able to use this lighter shade, and I'm not sure that I'll ever be able to use that shade. But this is just such a gorgeous like chocolatey deep brown that I feel like that would just be like an awesome eyeshadow. And honestly, you could use this as an eyeshadow palette if you don't think that this is going to work for your skin tone. Use these in your crease and these as like lid and like brow bone shades, and this could just be an eyeshadow palette. So you can certainly get use out of it, and it's probably what I'm going to end up doing for some of it. And I don't like this brush, at least not for bronzing, kind of like I expected, just because it's just way too fluffy, and I just feel like it goes, you see, like it just goes everywhere. And I like my bronzer slash like contour to be a little bit more concentrated, just so I can control where it's going. So I'm not crazy about that brush. It is like a nice brush, but I don't really like it that much. Let's try one of these highlight shades. I'm really excited for them. They both look like they would work. This one's definitely lighter than this one, but considering, like I said, since I'm so tan right now, I think I can get away with either. So I think right now I'm going to try the darker one just because I think it'll work. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that actually looks really good. It's not like super over the top reflective, but it definitely is like pretty strong. It definitely catches the light really well, and it looks like almost just kind of wet. It's very subtle on the skin, like it just kind of melted in, and I think it's an okay shade for my skin tone right now. Let me swatch this lighter one though, because I'm curious. So that's it right there. That's really nice. That's really nice. That'll probably work for a ton of skin tones too. But this is really a nice formula. It's very finely milled and not glittery, and I just love how it just like kind of melted itself into the skin. So I think the highlighters in here are definitely a win, and I do think the formula of the bronzer is good because it did blend well and it does look nice. It's more or less the shade. So I think I would say overall this is like a really good contour palette. I like the product itself and I like the formula. I just think they could have like done something different with the shades, but I think this is actually a really good addition to the box. I'm pretty excited about it. So these next two products I'm like very nervous about, just because I never use either of these, but I'm totally gonna give it a go. The first product is from Pretty Vulgar, which I love Pretty Vulgar. Their packaging is just stunning. Like, so this is their ink gel eyeliner. As you can see, like it's kind of like this old school like quill pen packaging with the quills, and it is just such cute packaging, and it feels just really heavy. This retails for $24. It's actually like full pretty much all the way up to here, so there's just a ton of product in here, and the packaging itself is just really like heavy. So I feel like this is just a nice, you know, quality product. I don't typically use like pot gel eyeliners almost ever. I usually use one, you know, like in a pen. So I guess what I'm gonna have to use for this is one of those Aesthetica brushes. This is like that really thin eyeliner brushes, and it kind of works out that I got this with this because I don't even have a brush like this. I'm sure obviously you could use like an angled brush for the gel liner, but I figure I'll give this a go. I see people use these all the time, and I just am not experienced with them whatsoever. So this might be a total fail. So I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit and try to do this. Don't make fun of me if it doesn't go well, because I feel like it might not, but let's give it a try. Oh, wow, actually. Okay. I am in like complete shock right now. I definitely didn't do like the best job at making it even and really smooth and stuff like that, but that was shockingly easy to do. I don't know if it's this brush or if it's the liner or maybe it's like a combination of the two, but I just didn't expect this brush to be very easy to use just because it's so long and like, you know, obviously pretty flimsy. I just didn't really expect it to like be easy to control. And same with the liner, like since you have to just dunk it in and just get, you know, a chunk of product on there, I was afraid it was just gonna like kind of smear everywhere and like not be easy to smooth out, I guess. But this is incredibly black, which I love. And this brush was so easy to use. And I was thinking as I was doing, like, I guess that makes sense because some of the eyeliner products I use, they have a brush tip applicator. So it's essentially this same brush, just with product already on it. So if you think about it, it shouldn't be that hard to use. I just think it's a little bit intimidating just by what it is, but that went on so smoothly. Like as I was brushing it on, it was just so creamy. It was blending out so nicely, and it was just so black. I'm actually just really shocked. This is another reason that I just love BOXYCHARM, because it just pushes you out of your comfort zone and just gives you the tools to try something completely new. Like I would have never picked up a cream liner, and I would have never purchased a brush like this, and obviously I wouldn't have tried them out. Ooh, got on my lid. Okay. And I think this is drying pretty matte, at least as far as I can tell so far. I've had it on for, you know, maybe 2 minutes now, but it's drying matte, which is also so nice. I love a matte liner. I'm gonna definitely continue to use these. I'm gonna like use this every day now and just keep practicing with it, and then hopefully eventually my lines will get a little bit more smooth and I'll be able to do a wing. But I'm really excited about these. So the very last item in the box is a matte lip gloss, which is a little bit weird, like a matte gloss. I don't really get it. It's by Beauty Creations, which I haven't actually tried anything from them before, but I have heard of them. And I think it's cute because it's definitely like a BOXYCHARM like exclusive like collab or whatever type product. This retails for $10, so it's pretty affordable. The shade is like really bold though, so I'm a little apprehensive, and I did actually swatch this when I got my box yesterday, and it stayed on my hand for like ever. Let's try it out. I'm nervous. This is like a very, oh gosh, this is so bold. It smells kind of like sweet, like candy. The formula is very like thin in a good way. Whoa. It's looking a lot brighter on camera. On camera, it's kind of looking like a bright, like watermelon red, but in person, it's a little bit more of like a deep like fuchsia type shade. I would say it's definitely not bright. I would honestly consider this a little bit more of like a fall shade than a summer shade. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just not the same color that you're seeing, but it has that like really sticky texture to it, but I think once it dries down a little bit more, that might go away. But it does feel, besides that stickiness, besides the stickiness, it does feel like really lightweight. Like the formula is definitely very thin, so it doesn't feel like you're applying a ton of product, and it applied really evenly. The applicator is really nice. It just was super easy to apply. I obviously didn't use a lip liner, but it was easy to control, you know. And I feel like it's almost already dried down. It definitely looks already super matte. Let's do a transfer test. Nothing. I definitely feel like it's like a blue toned like fuchsia kind of wine shade, because my teeth are looking extra white like in the viewfinder and in the mirror right now. So I love a blue toned bold lip because it makes your teeth look so much nicer. Okay guys, so we are back, and also I guess we should address my hair. I did cut it. You couldn't tell in the earlier part of the video because I had my hair up, but I did chop pretty much all of my hair off, which I've been wanting to do for so long, but I wanted to wait for the wedding, so obviously I could do some curls and stuff for the actual wedding. But now that's over, the hair's gone, and I freaking love it. I just feel like it's so much lighter. It's so much less maintenance. So overall, I would say this was a pretty successful box. The only thing that I would say is I just wish that the Pure palette was a little bit different colors, and I kind of wish this lip was a different color. I do like it, but I just wish it was something a little bit more wearable. But I am really liking the formula, and actually now that it's dried down, it's not really sticking anymore. So I think that those two are the only things that I would like change a little bit, but I still really like them and I will definitely continue to use them. But overall, this was an incredible box. Like I said, it retailed for over like $170 if you bought all these things regular price, which is freaking crazy. So like I say, I always recommend signing up for BOXYCHARM. You will not regret it. I'll leave a link in the description box for BOXYCHARM if you want to check it out and sign up. But that is it for this video, and I so appreciate you guys watching. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until next time, I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.